This is the Mistress Carrie Situation Report for November 13th, 2025. Dave Mustaine has said that the farewell tour for Megadeth could easily last between 3 and 5 years, saying, quote, "We're easily talking about touring for another 3 to 5 years, and if we're going to be doing that for that long, then shit, I'll be looking at a birthday I don't even want to think about." Talking about how he turned 70 in 2031. Megadeth are getting ready to release their farewell album. He's also preparing to release his memoir in 2026. The band hits the road with Iron Maiden with a stop in Boston at the TD Garden on September 9th. Hailstorm have released a new 2-song live single titled Live from the Neverest Tour. Hailstorm joined by Apocalyptica for the included performance of Like a Woman Can. A live rendition of the song How Will You Remember Me is also featured on the release. The latter was dedicated to Ozzy Osbourne. The original studio versions of both songs are available on the band's latest album, Everest, that came out in August. And speaking of Ozzy, the Osbournes have revealed that Ozzy was secretly hospitalized just 2 weeks before the final concert. The 76-year-old passed away just 17 days after the Back to the Beginning concert at Villa Park in Birmingham, England. But on a new episode of the Osbournes Unfiltered podcast, they talked about a number of Ozzy's medical conditions and setbacks, saying things started getting worse in the first week of December, and then Ozzy took a little fall. Saying, so we had all the security and the hospital. The hospital was amazing. They really were. And the people at the front desk told nobody. If they ask for Ozzy, he's not here. Nobody's allowed up and all of that. They had pictures of all of us of who were allowed up and names. And this guy comes up and says, I want to see John Osborne, which is Ozzy's legal name. So, of course, there's a red light and they go, who are you? And he says, I'm his brother. Sharon Osbourne chimed in that it wasn't Ozzy's brother after all. The guy kept saying, he's my brother. He knows I'm coming. After harassing this poor man, there was another John Osbourne in the hospital, and it was his brother. We felt so terrible. 374 bagpipers made their way to Melbourne's Federation Square on Wednesday. They rocked AC/DC's It's a Long Way to the Top during what is considered to be the world record-setting performance. Called the Great Melbourne Bagpipe Bash, the event was organized to coincide with the start of AC/DC's Australian tour. The bagpipers were attempting to break the previous record of 333 bagpipers that united together to play a song. That record was set in Bulgaria in 2012. The oldest bagpiper that participated in the world record-breaking attempt was a 98-year-old guy named Gavin Davey, who shared that it was, quote, a joyful finale to a long musical life. Alice Cooper is joining forces with magician Chris Angel for a special Las Vegas show called Welcome to Our Nightmare, starting in the spring of 2026. After initially announcing 2 shows on March 6th and 7th, a third show on March 8th was immediately added. Now, new shows have been added for April 3rd and 4th and May 22nd and 23rd. Tickets go on sale to the general public this Friday. Also on sale this Friday, Black Label Society are embarking on a massive North American tour starting in February. Zakk Wylde's Black Sabbath tribute, Zakk Sabbath, is going to open alongside the band Dark Chapel, which features Dario Lorina, the guitarist from Black Label Society. That includes 2 stops in New England at the Mohegan Sun Arena in Connecticut on April 2nd and at the MGM Music Hall at Fenway in Boston on April 4th. A hotel chef who met and took a picture with his hero Axl Rose says that he has no regrets despite that he was fired for breaking his employer's rules over interacting with the guests. Richard Perez was a chef at the Marriott Hotel in Lima when Guns N' Roses were in town earlier this month. The lifelong Guns N' Roses fan was thrilled to be cooking for the band's frontman, eventually taking his chance to ask Axl if he could pose for a picture with him. Axl was happy to do so. He posted the picture on social media along with the caption and quote from November Rain, adding, "How do I explain to my younger self that this would happen in a few years? One day he'll become a chef and one night he'll cook like never before for Axl Rose." Soon after, he was fired for apparently breaking the Marriott's policy, which prohibits staff from interacting with guests outside of the scope of their work duties. Even though he was fired, he said he, quote, had no regrets. And that's your sit rep. For more details on all the stories, check the links in the show notes of this episode. And don't forget to like, follow, share, and subscribe to the Mistress Carrie Podcast. New full-length episodes come out every Wednesday. Episode 284, featuring Jeff Plate from Trans-Siberian Orchestra, is available now.